so I wanted to get my watch. Actually, this is my son's watch, so I make sure I stay on time tonight because I can get going when I'm not careful. All right, so if you are watching us, whether it's the recording or live, what we are doing is our first video in our Learning New Things About Essential Oils series. So every Mondays at 6 o'clock Central Time, I'll be going live right here in this group, the Inspiring Wellness Group, and share with you some extra things that you may not know, or maybe some refreshers. So tonight's really a refresher. So what we're going to talk about tonight is the top 5 daily essential oils that you should be using every day, no matter what you have going on. So a lot of times what people do is they come to me and they've got like, you know, this and that and this and that issues, and they don't want to know what oils that they should be using. Well, I like to keep it really simple because I think we can all agree that if things are simple, we're more likely to remember to do it, right? Because I don't like learning new tricks, and I know a lot of other people who are like me. So what we're going to focus on is these 5, and these 5 are oils that most of you should have. So that's really exciting. If you don't have it, that's okay. You can get them, and they're all fairly affordable. Only one of them is a little bit more costly, but hopefully it's one that you still have anyways. So the first oil that I want to talk about is the one that I use when I wake up in the morning. I actually keep a lot of bottles all over my house, and as you run out, or you know, you get low on the bottle, then you can, like, see that one's a little low. I might leave that one somewhere where I might need it. So that would be by my bed. So every morning when I get up, before I put my glasses on, I reach over to my nightstand and I grab my peppermint essential oil. So what do we know about peppermint? Well, we know peppermint is cooling. It's got that menthol, so it's really helpful to clear up that congestion. And it also is very invigorating, it's energizing, and it's stimulating. So I don't know about you guys, but I am not a morning person at all. I hate mornings. In fact, if I could sleep till noon, or at least stay in my bed till noon, I'd be really happy. But I have little kids, so I have to get up and I have to be a mom. So what I will do, and you don't even need much of this one, I just take a little bit of that oil and I rub it into my tongue or the roof of my mouth. Now, I didn't bring a glass of water out of here, and I should have. And then I have a glass of water by my bed that's about this tall. It's one of those little mason jars. And then I do that on my tongue and I drink that water. So what is happening when I do that? So peppermint is what we like to call a driver oil. It is a vasodilator. There's other oils that do that too, like rosemary, and there's some others, and off the top of my head I'm not thinking of them very clearly, but they don't taste very good, and so peppermint is my choice. So peppermint is going to help get your body systems moving since they've been asleep all night long. They've been in repair mode, recovery mode. And so a lot of times, even though we're up and we've showered and we're eating and we're going and the day stress is already starting, our body systems are still asleep or they're still trying to wake up. And so even if you don't have essential oils, just drinking a full glass of like room temperature water is going to help get that system going. So by putting that peppermint in our mouth, it's just going to make it go faster. And I'm not even using that much. You guys saw just a little bit off the rim. So it's just a little wet on my finger, or you can get it off the side. Just a little wet on the finger right there. And that's all I'm doing. So I'm gonna do it again because it's really good. So that is what I do in the morning. And one of the things that I have noticed, so some of the results that hopefully will happen for you by doing this is, number one, you'll have more energy. You may notice that you have a little bit more energy throughout the day. Your body doesn't get sluggish like that, especially if you struggle with actual chronic low energy issues like adrenal fatigue, which is something I used to have as well, and so I've kind of overcome that, and so this peppermint has been key for me. So when we put an essential oil in our mouth like that, we have, and then we drink water with it, we have what's called mucous membranes. And they start in the throat, and those mucous membranes exist through the entire digestive tract. And there's a lot of scary stuff out there about essential oils and mucous membranes, but there has been some really cool research taking place on the benefit of mucous membranes and essential oils. So one thing to know is the mucous membranes help move things from here to the other end on out. And so if we put an essential oil in our mouth, they are acting as a carrier. So little mucous membranes with their little buckets of oils carrying it through your body. And so that's allowing those essential oils to get through the digestive system. So if you have chronic digestive issues, then that is going to be very helpful for you. Even if you can't get the oil down there, just getting it in your mouth is better than nothing. So if you have little kids that they can't take a capsule, have them put a little bit of an oil in a shot glass size amount of water and drink it down. I wouldn't necessarily give a little kid peppermint, but maybe Digest Zen, some of the same benefits there, and it's totally safe. So that is what I do when I first get up in the morning. Another thing that I really like to do is, because I actually struggle with chronic congestion. Actually, I kind of feel it coming on a little bit more today than normal, so I don't know if it's something in the air. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my peppermint and I'm going to drop it in my hand. And then I am going to rub my hands together and inhale it. One of the really cool things I like to do is you take your hand like this and your hand like this, so you can see there's a hole in there, and you breathe it in through your mouth. And that's really strong because I already have peppermint in my mouth, so it was really strong for me. But I'm already feeling the clear, like it's up in here, but I'm feeling it more back in here too. So that can be really helpful to wake you up if you wake up with a sore throat, especially during allergy season, or if you're like me and the cat sleeps in the bed with you. I have a sore throat in the mornings. And so then what I do with this peppermint, now that I have it on my hands, I will take my bottle of wild orange. This is the next oil I use, and I'll put a couple of drops in my hand. I think I got 3 there. Rub my hands together, and then I'm going to rub them on the bottoms of my feet. My feet are a little dirty. I was walking outside, but that's okay. Essential oils are antiseptic. Did you know that? So I'm rubbing it in my feet and getting it in between my toes, and it feels really good. So citrus oils actually help to break down mucus. So you can put, that's one thing I'm actually doing for my little girl right now because she's got kind of this thing going on. And so I'm giving her a little shot glass with lemon in it actually, and she's been drinking that down. So a lot of people do like their orange oil and water, and that's a great way to take it. You would only do like maybe 2 or 3 drops, maybe not even that many. And my phone is about to die, so I'm gonna make this quick today. So anyways, then what I'm gonna do with that orange oil is put it with that peppermint. So the peppermint is the driver oil, and it's put that oil on my feet. It's gonna help push that citrus oil into my skin a little bit faster. And so already right now, my feet are feeling very tingly and very cooling, but they're also feeling very excited because those citrus oils are very uplifting and they're very exciting, and so that's what makes them so amazing. And actually, pause for just a second. I wanna go grab something. All right, hopefully that is charging. Let's see. Maybe not. Well, if I lose you guys, I'll start over. Okay, so what you can do is add a little bit of coconut oil if you are wanting to even get those oils to go up your legs. So you can totally do that. So in the morning, peppermint oil, and then I like to add orange to my feet. Another thing you can do is what's left over with your hands, inhale that some more, rub it into the back of your neck. See, when we use citrus oils, not only do they break down that mucus and uplift our mood, but they also help to support the immune system. Citrus oils help our cells produce glutathione. And if you Google glutathione, you'll find out some really cool stuff about it. It's a very important process that our cells need to go through because it helps with things like pain, our immune support specifically, and a bunch of other things. So it's a really cool thing to go study. So go check that out. Okay, so moving on to the next oil that I use every day, and again, I use this one in the morning, and that is frankincense. So I've got a little bit of peppermint oil on my hands, and so what I'm going to do is drop a little bit of frankincense in there, and so that peppermint oil is still on there and is going to help that frankincense smell even more amazing. So frankincense is going to help with mental clarity. It's going to help with that brain fog. It's going to help with that focus. But also it's very important to cellular health. And so that alone is going to help with like the anti-aging process. It's going to help make you feel younger. And if you use it on your skin, help you look a little younger too. It's a great essential oil to use it topically in different spots that you have issues with. Heck, I even used it for warts on my daughter's knees. So getting frankincense into your system some way, somehow, every single day is fantastic. You can drop it under your tongue. If you've got depression or other mood issues like anxiety, or in my case, I find that actually works really well for my ADD. And then you can put it on the back of the neck where the brainstem is if you don't want to put it under your tongue. You can actually put it in a capsule. If you're dealing with something more systemically where you're wanting to use frankincense for things like maybe chronic pain or maybe even some serious things like cancer, you can take your frankincense oil in a capsule and take it internally. You can also put it on the bottoms of your feet. So when we put an essential oil on the bottoms of our feet, what that's doing is helping those essential oils get in really fast just into the body. And the feet just have really big pores and allows that to happen. Okay, so the next oil I want to talk about is Balance. This is the oil that helps me feel a little bit more chilled out. And actually this morning I woke up feeling a little anxious about some stuff and I don't really know where it was coming from. So I was just taking that Balance and getting some on my finger and rubbing it right in here on both sides, kind of treating it like a little perfume. But we use this one morning and evening. So the kids get this on the bottoms of their feet, or we put it right in that area, that thin-skinned area. That's another really great place to use it. It's got a little bit of that carrier oil, that fractionated coconut oil, so it sticks on the skin a little bit longer. You can put it on the bottoms of the feet. You can also put it over the heart. If you're having troubles with like grief or even forgiveness or maybe some heart issues in general, Balance over the heart would be a good idea. This one is not an oil that you would put in a capsule or take in water. It's just a topical and a diffuser oil. It smells fantastic with orange in the diffuser, so that's one option that you can have. So Balance specifically is going to help with grounding. It's going to help with irritability. It's going to help with overwhelm. And in this day and age, I think we all can agree that we have those issues every single day. I mean, heck, my kids deal with it every single hour, it seems like. So that's why we do put this one on as kind of like a preventative measure so that everyone just is a little bit more cool and chilled and not so, crazy. So I really like that oil for that reason. And you can use that one several times throughout the day. If you're in a moment where you're feeling a little stressed out and you're starting to react in a stressed out way, like maybe you're yelling or you feel really irritable, then grab your Balance and put it in your hand and breathe it in your hand and go hide in the closet for like 5 minutes and you should feel so much better after that. Okay, so the last oil I want to talk about is lavender. So this is an oil that I like to use in the evenings, like when we are getting the kids tucked into bed. And it's a great nighttime oil because it is very calming and very relaxing, but lavender is also very useful in reducing the cortisol levels in your body. Cortisol is increased by having caffeine, by having sugar, by going through stressful moments, whether they're good or bad. And so reducing that cortisol level is really important for our health because about 90% of all health issues are cortisol or stress related. So we're doing a good thing by using our lavender, and honestly, you can use as much as you want throughout the day. Your body metabolizes it fairly quickly. It's also a really good oil to have on hand for things like bug bites, and this is the time of year for that. So we're always putting it on the skin because, you know, the kids get a bug bite in an odd place or other skin itchy issues. I use it specifically for my allergies. I drop it under my tongue and it helps with that itchy, sneezy, watery eye feeling. You can add lemon and peppermint to it and put it in a shot glass and drink that. We also have the Tri-Ease capsules that can be taken internally that have lemon, lavender, and peppermint in it. So lavender is your natural antihistamine. It's also your cortisol reducer. It's analgesic, so it's great for like when kids have wounds or you have wounds or a toe gets stubbed or, gosh, I had the worst hangnail the other night and I accidentally cut it too close, and so I grabbed my lavender. All right, so you can use this throughout the day. If you use it in the morning, it's not going to make you feel sleepy. Don't worry about that. But we do like to use it at night for its uses. Okay, so let me check my time. Look at me, 20 minutes. Okay, so my goal with these is to keep them short. I want you to be able to quickly go back and watch them again and watch them again and help commit to memory. So remember, my top 5 daily essential oils: peppermint, and we have our wild orange. And remember, peppermint and wild orange help promote homeostasis. That's a balance in the body. And if we have a balance, our body and our immune response, our inflammatory response is all going to be healthy. We don't want to tip the scales one way or another. So it's kind of like the thing about being alkaline or acidic, where we kind of want to be in the middle. Our hormones, we want our testosterone and our estrogen to be at the right levels. So that's what progesterone helps control. So we want to keep that homeostasis going in the body, and these 5 oils are going to help with that. So one of the things I come across a lot is people are like, how do I keep my family healthy? This is how you do it. Using these 5 oils every single day is going to help keep your family healthy and in a good mood, and they're going to stay balanced, and you'll have less issues. And so if you have more specific health issues that you're like, Jennifer, we're dealing with asthma, or we're dealing with this or that or whatever, go ahead and put your questions right in here and share them with me. I'm also going to upload this video to YouTube, and I'm going to save the link in the files. So we're going to have the Learn Cool Things About Essential Oils file in this group, and there'll be just all the YouTube links for you to go, and so it'd be really easy for you to find stuff. So you don't have to keep looking in the group, because I know things get lost. So we're going to make this easy for you. You will not be able to share this video outside of this group because this is a bonus for those of you that are in here. This is something that I'm doing for my customers as a thank you and appreciation for being on the team and loving your oils. So if you have any questions, let me know. If you're still a little confused and you're not sure how to use these oils, just let us know and we will take very good care of you. All right, guys, have a great evening, and I will see you next Monday.